Hello, my fellow human, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot with your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for anybody that is new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box. In order to do so, you can email me for personal reading, follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships. But if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. With that, today's reading is you were seen by powerful guides with a message. So we're going to find out what that message is and if the guide wants to come through, who they are. Let's go ahead and hop into your prayer. And then we'll get into your reading. Perfect. My beloved sources, prayers for any and all who come onto this message, onto this channel, or onto this reading, even if it's for a moment's time or for the entire time. Today, guide us. Guide us with love, guide us with light, guide us with clarity, guide us with understanding. We all want to be seen. We all want to be heard. We all want to be desperately understood. It's a part of our human nature. It's almost by design, if you will. And today I ask that you help us be seen, be heard, and be understood. That you help all of the people here that are getting these messages receive that which is going to help them step forward confidently, courageously, and bravely on the path that you've set before them. To help them know that it's all about balance, that there is no rush to get to the end, that as we continue to move forward at a steady pace, we will arrive exactly where we're meant to, and that that's okay, right? We don't need to rush. We don't need to be rushed to be understood. We don't even need to be rushed to be seen. That through consistency, our actions will always speak louder than what we say, and that is how we become seen, by our consistent, persistent presence in our own lives. And I ask that these messages come through clearly and give them the inspiration, the hope, and the guidance that they're seeking at this time. As these words are spoken unto this space and onto this tribe, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. Let me go ahead and set that up over here. Okay, and today we are doing the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle deck. So I've already given these a shuffle. If you're wondering who it's by, this is a book by Sophie Bashford. I just love these cards so much. All right, source. So for pile number 1, what is the message from the guide that's seen pile number 1? What is the message from the powerful guide that is seen pile number 1? What would they like to say to pile number 1, source? What oracle card will help us better understand what the message is? Thank you. All right, for pile number 2, source, what is the message from the powerful guide that is seen pile number 2? What would they like to say? What oracle card will help us better understand that? Thank you. And for pile number 3, source, what is the message from the powerful guide that's seen pile number 3? What oracle card will help us better understand this message for pile number 3? What is the message from the powerful guide that is seen pile number 3? What do they want to say? Oh, hello. Okay, thank you. I went flying off the table. All right. Collective message. We have Mary Magdalene with sacred marriage. Now, there could be union coming in, but this also makes me feel like a union with higher self and with source. Okay, so there's definitely this energy of connecting with the divine here. All right. Make sure that we're good to go here. Okay, today's Choose Your Jasper. So we've got Zebra Jasper for the first pile. Okay. We've got Yellow Jasper for pile number 2. Okay. And for pile number 3, we have Red Jasper. Okay. It's pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Whichever pile you're drawn to, that should be the pile for you. And with that being said, I will see you over on your chosen pile. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful zebra jasper, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on you've been seen by a powerful guide, and they have a message for you. So we're going to go ahead and hop to it. I do want to say thank you so much. Wow, I don't know what's going on. Okay. Thank you so much to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time in this space with you. And anybody that is new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. Let's get into your message and find out what is the message from the powerful guide that has seen you. So source, our guide that has seen pile number 1, what is the message that you have for them? Powerful guide that has seen pile number 1, what is the message that you have for them? Guide that has seen pile number 1, what is the message you have for them? So we've got the 10th house, Pisces, and Neptune energy. There's a shift that's happening in your career, in your job, in your business, in your online presence, whatever it is that you have going on. There's a shift that's happening that you're not seeing. There's something going on behind the scenes. You're very, very psychic, gifted. You could have one of the clairs, clairsentience, claircognizance, what is it? Clairaudient. There's like 6 of them, and I can never remember them all. So anyways, you could have one of the clairs. You could have a mixture of all the clairs, whatever. But I do feel like there's definitely some psychic abilities that are being seen, and I feel like they're shifting, and you're getting more connected with those abilities. It's just like you've been working on them, right? And it doesn't even necessarily have to be psychic abilities. This could be intuition, spirituality, this could be mysticism, it could be anything along those lines. It could be manifestation, right? It's like you've been trying to manifest something, or you've been trying to grow spiritually, and you've been working diligently at it. You see here with the 10th house this energy of being dependable, yes. Determined, that's what I was trying to say here. Being determined and going forth. And you know, with the 10th house, it does have to do with our path of purpose and our career and success and fortune, our reputation, okay, long-term goals. So we see that you've been working towards something diligently. Your status, healing maybe the father wound, right? Because Pisces energy and Neptune can have to do with healing, and healing with the father of the zodiac here, right? Capricorn energy, but it has to do with father figures or authoritative figures in your life. We see that there's also healing that's going on here. Not being afraid to step up into a position of leadership is what I just heard. And with this, you're understanding now just how receptive you are, not only to energies outside of yourself, but how receptive you are to the energies you give to yourself, right? So it's like if you get down and you stay in that down energy, how much that affects you. You're recognizing that now, and you're recognizing that you have control over what you feed yourself to lift yourself up, or you can continue to put yourself down. And that's something that's feeling very powerful for you. And so this is what the message is from this powerful guide, is that they're helping you to see that what you feel and think really do affect your overall well-being. And there's a sense of really connecting with this self part of your, like, this higher self. I'm trying to, like, it's weird because I feel like sometimes you're getting a sensation and you don't know how to word it. You're like, oh my gosh, like, I feel this. And psychically, you're feeling something. It's like the antennas are going off. You're like, oh my gosh, I feel this, but I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it because right now that's how I feel. Like, I'm feeling this, but I'm not sure how to word it. And I'm feeling like I'm tripping over myself. And the guide's saying, like, that's okay. Like, they're saying that this is part of you learning, because it's all about understanding how your own internal language works. It's different for everyone. So what works for me isn't going to work for you. And that's by design, right? So what works for someone else isn't going to work for you, or what works for you isn't going to work for someone else. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's all this different types of symbolic language that you're learning right now for your journey that's being unveiled. And I feel like sometimes there's like shame that follows that, because it's like, oh, but it's not the same as so-and-so. They're saying, do not compare yourself at this time because you've come so far. We want you to let go of what it is that's been holding you back, or what it is that you feel like you need to be doing differently, thinking that that's going to get you further ahead. Like, if you're taking control and putting yourself forth on this journey, you're doing exactly what you're meant to do. It's all about coming up with creative ideas. There's a lot of inspiration that's coming to you here, okay? But trusting the journey is something that's very, very important. You could be a musician, or music is very important to you. And so it's like, if you're creating music, or you're writing, or you're an artist or something like that, they're saying, do not use someone else to compare to your expression, because your expression is very unique to you, and there's a purpose for that. It's okay to use others as a guide, right? So it's like that saying, if you want to be a rich person, then follow what rich people do, right? So if you want to be a successful artist, then yes, follow what successful artists do, but that doesn't mean copying their work, right? It means that, okay, like, oh, they're writing about vampires, right? And I love vampires. I want to write about vampires too, but I have this really unique idea how to bring vampires to life. And it's okay, so go and read a whole bunch of vampire books to help inspire you, and then write it the way that you see it in your mind, like how you're trying to come across as. That's what they're saying here. And that's just the example they're giving me. It's so random. And maybe it's not. Maybe you are trying to write a novel about vampires, and that's awesome, you know? But it's like, if you're trying to paint like Picasso, but with your own spin, then study Picasso and then put your expressive energy into that. If you're trying to write punk music, you know, listen to a whole bunch of punk and get inspiration, but we're not copying, right? I'm just using that as inspiration so that I can put my own spin on it. What is the message from this powerful guide that sees pile number 1? Yeah, there's been a lot of injustice in your life. There's been a lot of judgment too. And I feel like a lot of self-judgment. That's what it feels like mostly here, is that they're trying to help you get out of this self-judgment. I'm not going to take all of these because there's too much, but we have the 3 of Wands in the reverse, the 3 of Swords in the reverse, and the Ace of Swords. This is a very interesting energy. You've been manipulated. You've been convinced that you're not capable of going forward, and so mentally you don't think that you are, but we're here to help bring you clarity. Okay, I'm going to put these back in the deck and get some more. But they're trying to help you overcome this manipulation that you've received from people, yeah, to come into this place of sound emotional well-being here. What's the power? What's the message from the powerful guide? What would you like to tell pile number 1? Yeah, but there's been a lot of outside circumstances that have made you feel otherwise. And with the Popess in reverse, we see a lot of what is called superficiality. Okay, not that you're superficial, but it's talking about that comparison energy, right? It's like, oh, but I don't have $100,000 just chilling in my bank for whatever, like, so I'm comparing myself to someone who does, right? That's that very superficial. I'm judging them based on outwardly appearances. So like maybe you see someone who's a famous artist and you're like, oh, well, they're a famous artist because they dress like this or because they're like that. And you're not seeing the whole of the being, right? Like you're only seeing the outwardly appearance, like how it appears. Or this is also saying that the people who have judged you harshly, their words are weighing heavily on you, but you're not seeing the whole story. You're only seeing what they're judging you based on. But is this person doing what you want to be doing? And if they're not, then their judgment should have no way in your life. Like they just shouldn't matter, because this person has no opinion on what it is that you're doing. If they aren't a painter, right? So you're a painter and this person that's judging you has never painted. They've never worked anything but a desk job their whole life. And they, went to school to become a manager, business or something like that. And then they work a desk job. They retired a desk job. And now they're judging you based on wanting to be an artist. How does this person have any valid point to you being an artist? They don't. And that's what the message is here, is to not listen to these people who are only basing things on what they think they know, or basing it on very cliche versions of what they know. So in the idea of the artist, like, oh, well, artists are starving artists, right? Maybe that's a thing, but it doesn't have to be your thing, right? It doesn't mean that that's your life. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, but it's like judging everyone based on this one thing that they've known, or the one thing that movies say that it is, or the one thing that the TV shows say that it is. That's really harsh, trying to poop on somebody's dreams. Sorry, I didn't want to curse, so I was like not trying to be gross, but look, and we've got the star. Look at this. Look at this energy. You have hope, right? You have hope, and they're showing you here. They're absolutely watching you, right? They're over here watching you. They're helping to take care of you. They're helping you overcome this. They're helping you find balance. They're helping you get what you need on the journey. And you've been seen. Why? Because look, here in the middle of these two reversed mystery cards, right? Not minors. These are the mystery cards, our major arcanas, okay? You're being represented as the King of Cups, someone who's very stable emotionally, someone who's gained a lot of wisdom through the emotional turmoils that they've been through, someone who has been through a lot of hard things but has learned very valuable lessons for self and how to approach very unique circumstances with others. But it doesn't mean that that makes all the judgment go away, right? No matter how much we grow, it doesn't mean that everybody in our lives is just going to stop magically one day judging us because they're judgmental people. It's oftentimes the most judgmental ones are the ones that are really mad because they see you doing something that they themselves don't know how to do. And so we see here, don't let that get in your way of hope. And I feel like that's a very true message here with the Popess sitting in between you and the star message, the star card, right? It's just showing like, don't let this superficial belief system get in your way of actualizing your dream, because you're so close. There's someone or a group of people here, or even a something, right? This could even be the social media that you're seeing every day, or the news that you're seeing every day, or whatever. It's just very hopeless energy, right? Very down and out, very judgmental, very like, oh, nothing good ever happens. So it could be the things that you're seeing on a daily basis, but it could also be people. I do feel like this could be a Libra or Pisces, a Libra or Aquarius. We definitely have heavy Pisces energy here, Libra energy as well. So there's something that's just really cold. There's someone here who's incredibly cold to you. They are very focused on money. And they're very upset. Wow, look at this energy. They're very upset because if you succeed, they feel like it's unfair. Okay, I'm going to look at this from the state of a person, but it could absolutely be a situation as well. Like this could be a job, but in a job, it would just be like, it's just unfair that you're having to move on and leave everybody. And that's not your problem, right? That's not your business. This person's very conceited. Okay, this person's very conceited. They're very mad that you have options. And they feel like you were given opportunities that they were never given. And they don't feel like that's fair. Like, so it's almost like, why wasn't I given those same opportunities? And so they're very cruel and cold towards you. And I feel like they also spend a lot of time telling people that you're not who you are. Like they definitely are gossiping about you. But that's neither here nor there. What your powerful guardian is saying is not to let this energy deter you from the hope, from the dreams, from reaching towards your stars, because this person is doing everything in their power to make you feel worthless. And they're not going to have a say in your journey, because as long as you keep showing up, as long as you keep listening to your intuition, as long as you keep doing the things that matter to you, you are going to get where you want to go. Okay? So there's a lot of positive energy coming in. Even though you're surrounded by negativity, they're saying that you can and will overcome it. All right, so we have 11th house, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. Okay, so there are people who are coming in that are going to share your belief system and see the goals that you have, and they want to share that with you. This just fell out. We have the fire energy with Aries, Leo, Sag, confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. So we're helping you to stand confident in your energy. This is the message they have for you. They want you to stand confident, but they're also assisting you with this confidence. And like we have house 10 on the bottom of the deck, structure, discipline, life, mission, accomplishments, and careers, because you're on the right path. Whatever you're doing right now is absolutely what you've been meant to do. Like you're doing exactly what you were meant to do. And they want you to continue on the journey. Even though there's people around you who might not be excited about your success, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be excited about your success, right? Like you should be. Put your creative energy into action. Archangel Gabriel joins me to spark your creativity, help you communicate your vision, and motivate you to create something beautiful. Yeah, so there's something beautiful that's coming to fruition here for you. It's just a process. And the message is to stay in this wise energy. I feel like it's interesting that they only wanted me to first turn over the wow. Hang with me. I promise you I can talk today. I really do. Okay. They wanted me to turn over the astrological cards and place them where I placed them at, because it's like these energies, that's what it feels like. These energies don't matter. The only energies that you should focus on right now, or that you have grown so much in such a short time from past circumstances, and you have so much to offer, and that you're reaching for your dreams, and that's the only things that you should focus on. Okay, so we have shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. Yeah, so this goes back to what I was saying, like your intuition, your psychic gifts, whatever your abilities are, you're transforming those gifts, and they're standing out so much. And I feel like whatever this energy is that we've covered up, whatever that energy is they're seeing you grow into your potential. They're seeing you become even more. And it's really bothering them, right? Because you have this sight, you can see things from a high perspective. You are shedding skins, right? You have this knowledge, this wisdom, okay? You have a group of people who see things the way that you do as well. You're traveling in a pack. Even if the pack is not in your energy right now, it's like this energy, this negative energy can feel the vibrational shift within and around you. And that's why they're desperately trying to create a box or some sort of bubble around you to keep you from growing. It's like, if I can stifle pile number one's growth, then I'll feel better about myself. But this powerful guide is like standing in between you and this energy. And they're saying absolutely not. And they're also helping you to grow this powerful gift that you have. Look, wow, we have Oracle. Wait for important information. There's the snake again, right? You're shedding the skin, the part of you that was attached to the outcome of this person or this job or this situation. Like, you're shedding that skin, and now you're connected with the divine, and you're seeing something for your future. You're seeing something so much better for your future. And for some of you, I feel like it was very hard for you to let go, to detach from this, but you're also seeing the benefits in detaching from it. Like, you're recognizing that it's not mine to carry, and maybe you carried it for so long that letting go was what felt so awkward, right? It's like, but I only know how to help this person, or I only know how to solve this person's problems, or I only know how to solve problems in this position, and I only know how to take on responsibilities that aren't mine to take on. And it's like stepping back and letting yourself just be for you has been an awkward position, but it's also been very rewarding. And that's something that is helping you to come into this oracle energy and unveil your gifts as well. And so you're absolutely stepping up into a more psychic period in your life. Whether you were trying to develop your psychic abilities or not, it's just something that's happening, okay? And it's happening at a pace that's working for you. It's not like all of a sudden you're just, bam, one day you're going to be so open to everything. And maybe, but it's like, if that's what scares you, like, that's not how it's going to happen. This is happening at a pace that is comfortable for you. We have gratitude. There's always something to be grateful for, even in the darkest of situations. Now is the time to recognize what is going on well in your life and what you are thankful for. What did I say? They don't want you to focus on the negative. They want you to focus on how far you've come and what you're doing. You're doing an amazing job right now, and that's the only part of this that matters. And the message is to not let that other situation or that other person or those other people to get you down, because that's their goal. These other people want to get you down, and if they get you down, then they've won. And you have the opportunity to lift yourself up, and that's a part of this journey right now. Is this powerful guide is helping you recognize the power your thoughts and feelings hold over you alone. I feel like one more of these. Angel number for pile number 1. Thank you. On the bottom, we have 2323, judgment. Yeah. Karma, warning, judgment, influence, power, cycles, changes, and rebirth. Karma will be paying you a visit. Release the need to control because you cannot force things. Learn your lessons so that they don't repeat in the future. Make some space for new experiences. And that's this. I feel like that's why it's been really difficult for you to let go, because you're so used to holding on. And so there's this need to let go and just, you know, that saying, let go and let God, right? That's what you have to do at this time, is just let go and let things play out as they're meant to play out. And it doesn't matter what you believe in. It's a saying for a reason, right? It's not about getting you to believe anything. It's just literally saying this is about surrender. I have to surrender to this process. I have to surrender to this idea that it's my job to somehow carry everyone on my shoulders, because it's not. And it never was. But if you took that role, to step aside from that role, even though you've learned so much from being in that role, right? Like, that's the hardest part. Okay, I guess you're going to get 3 of these. And we've got patience on the bottom. Good things will come to those who wait. It's been a long time. Wow, okay. Creativity. Tap into your creative potential. So you're in this place of patiently awaiting while you're creating something as well. And remember, good things come after time. Like, nothing in life comes very quickly that's worth having. So if it's taking time to get here, then remember, it's going to be that much sweeter. Your loved ones are safe. Let go of your fear and worry for your loved ones. I'm looking after them. You may have watched one of the daily dice that I posted last week as well. This definitely came up. This is a very similar message to one of the daily dices that I posted last week, and I do not remember the name of it, but if you watch the daily dice, you'll know. This is just saying it's okay for you to let go now. That's why I was saying this feeling that I kept getting, that's like confirmation that it's difficult for you to let go because it's something you've done for so long. Pay attention. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you're being given, both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how best to move forward in order to live your best life. Yeah, so they're asking you to move on right now. And they're absolutely, I feel like these are signs and synchronicities that you continue to get. All readings should always go in line with already what you've received as confirmation. It should just be further confirmation of what you're intuitively given, right? We have 2020, self-realization, moderation, patience, flowing, self-realizations, manifestation, gateway, and taking action. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. It is not coincidence, but a gift from fate. So you've learned a lot, and they're happy about that. And then we have 1144 with mood swings. Mood swings, respect, family, constructive outlook, and quality. Focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up the process. So again, good vibes. Raising your vibration, that's so important in this time. This could be family that you're dealing with as well. There's been mood swings here, right? That hot and cold energy, someone who's been really cold with you. We have serenity. Find serenity within your heart, or your mind and your heart. Abundance. Abundance flows to those who believe in its presence, right? So coming into that positive energy and abundance is coming to you. Playfulness. Bring playfulness and fun into your life. Focusing on your journey right now is so important, and focusing on finding peace and play and pleasure at this time. We have Artemis with brave spirit. Wow, this is a really strong card. Okay, Artemis says, set out on your own path. The wilderness is calling. You may be feeling filled with self-doubt, but Artemis is here to fire up your courage. Be daring and step into uncharted territory. Watch the fears just melt away as you embrace your inner warrior. Developing self-sufficiency is a positive step for you now. Do you ever spend time alone to nourish your inner life? Artemis invites you to view solitude as essential spiritual practice, especially if you rarely have an interval between intimate relationships or are always surrounded by people. The wilderness is a term that describes both the uncultivated natural world and a state of inner oneness that always exists within you. The wilderness within can often be discovered through communion with external wilderness. Whether it's a spiritual retreat into the forest or just an hour away from regular life in the local park, meditate and ask yourself, what might my brave spirit want me to know? Let the answer arrive like one of Artemis's arrows. Let this arrow pierce and dissolve all of your fears of independence, adventure, and new territories. Yeah, so that's just confirmation once again of what I was feeling like. It might be difficult to let go, and don't beat yourself up for that. You know, if you played a role or someone's played a role in your life for a long time and you have assumed this certain role, it's uncomfortable to let that go because it's all we know. But that's what this message is to let go of this role so that you can truly step up into your full potential here. Okay, so this is what I see for you. If you felt like this was your message, leave the little deer or elk. I don't know if there's an elk emoji, but a deer or elk emoji down below in the comments and say, I step up into my courage and I let go of the people who I assumed a role for, or the job I assumed a role for, or the situation I assumed a role for, and I step into taking care of my well-being and my needs. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you're to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. Follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships. But if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. With that being said, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides, and this powerful guardian guide for coming through. And with that, until next time, pile number 1, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of yellow jasper, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, And this is going to be your message. You are seen by powerful guide with a message for you. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this tribe, this ever-growing channel. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you, and anybody that is new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out. Powerful guide. Well, if I can talk. Coming out from pile number 1, powerful guide. What is the message that you have for pile number 2? Powerful guide that is seen pile number 2. What is the message you have for them? Powerful guide that is seen pile number 2. What is the message that you have for them? Okay, and before I show the dice, I do want to mention a couple things. Before, when I was getting ready, and I should have said this before I started shuffling, but it just came through while I was shuffling, or throwing the dice, however you want to call it, rolling the dice. Anyways, I got Capricorn energy really heavy, and something to do with work. I also got high vibes and really like keeping good vibes. High vibes and good vibes came out so much. And it was so crazy, like the message that was coming in. And also something to do with not being so obsessed with the financial side of things is very important. Knowing that your stability comes from the patience and the consistency and the persistence that you bring, and not from trying to rush to gaining a paycheck or a payday or financial, freedom from whatever's going on. That it's all going to come through hard work and patience, and there is no like real fast way to get there. And I know not everybody wants to hear that, but it's important to bring out through this. Okay, so we've got the 7th house, Aries energy, and the sun. I feel like this is talking about business partnerships. It could be talking about romantic partnerships as well. If you watch the shuffle, we did get sacred marriages on the bottom of the deck. So that could be someone, a Capricorn, that's coming in to change your life. Does not have to be, but it is also important and vital that you keep high vibrational energy. So for those of you that are not looking for love, then this has to do with work. For those of you that are looking for love, this could actually have to do with a partnership. Okay, so keep that in mind as I'm reading. I'm gonna focus on the energy itself, but if it comes down to it, instead of being really confusing, I'm just gonna focus on one thing and just take the energy that matches for you, okay? So here we do have partnerships, interpersonal relationships, we have marriage, we have divorce, we have love relationships, friendships, you name it. This is where all your personal relationships are in the 7th house. And with the Aries energy here, this is someone coming in, and I feel like with a big bang, like they're coming in to confess something, or they're coming in to say something, they're coming in to express something with the sun next to that, right? It's like, I need to tell you something very quickly. As for work, this is someone coming in, a partner that's saying like, we need to do something quickly. Like we need to do something to move forward. We need to do something to make a change, or we need to do something to make a big bang in our environment. And so there's a chance here where there's like, this person is going to help lead you to something, or you're going to help lead them to something. And the message from the guardian is simple. It's, don't be afraid to express yourself here, and let yourself be who you are, right? You don't have to alter who you are to be seen. You don't have to alter what it is that you're doing so that this person will appreciate you. There's nothing about you that you need to change here. That this person is very much intrigued by who you are, and they want to move forward with that energy instead of trying to like, oh, well, what should I do different? There's nothing you need to do different here, okay? So keeping these high vibrational energies is going to serve you well. Let's see what else comes out. My dogs are in the window, so I'm going to leave them up there for now, but I'm just letting you know they might bark. They might not. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Okay, so message from the powerful guide that is seen pile number 2. What is the message from the powerful guide that is seen pile number 2? What is the message from the powerful guide that is seen pile number 2? What would you like to say? What is the message from the powerful guide that is seen pile number 2? I feel like you've had a lot of failed partnerships or relationships in the past, and it's hard to stay positive because it seems like nothing's ever worked out. And they're saying that it's so vital for you to, it's so vital for you to stay hopeful, like in this energy of it'll work out for the best. It's meant to work out because this isn't the same as what it was before. Okay, this is something new. This is someone different, and it's not fair to either one of you to put them in the box of, well, you're just like everyone from the past. Just like it wouldn't be fair to you or them if they did the same thing to you, right? Because you're not who you were even at the beginning of this year. You're a totally different person today. Okay, thank you. Yeah. There's a lot of fear that's rushing in here. A lot of uncertainty. This could be an Aquarius as well. So also soul family energy coming in here. Okay. A fear because before you hadn't seen the red flags, and they're saying that it's important for you to stay hopeful in the situation. It's okay to be open to seeing the red flags in a situation, the illusions that are coming out. And this is where a lot of change is going to happen for you. But there's also this feeling of being stuck with these illusions and stuck with everybody's going to hurt me. Everybody's going to betray me. Everybody's going to do me wrong. Like there's not a good person out there. Okay. And they're saying that that's not the truth. We're trying to connect you with people that are going to help you on your journey. People that are meant to be here. Yeah. It's up to you. Look, this is all Aquarius energy. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Gemini, Pisces, Taurus, and Leo. Could be family has really done you wrong. This could be someone who's going to be like family. With the 8 of Cups and the upright, this is like positive energy for family. Like merriment, fun. You both are feeling like you've known each other for a really long time. Like old souls meeting one another. So it's interesting though, you got Aquarius energy. You could be Capricorn, have Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Have Capricorn in the 7th house, or Venus in the 7th house, or Capricorn in Venus. Okay. I know those are very specific. It's okay. But this is an energy for you to stay very hopeful for things in the future. There's a balancing out here. Okay, this guardian is helping you to find this vulnerability, even though sometimes it's very scary for you to share yourself. And I got this really strange tingling sensation down the back of my head and into my shoulders, and it spread out across my shoulders. So it came down like this and went like that. I feel like that's where you feel it a lot, is in your neck and in your upper shoulders. It's like when you're expressing vulnerabilities, like it's like a feeling like, yes, a weight's being lifted off of your shoulders, but at the same time, it also feels like a burden because of carrying this fear that someone else is going to hurt you. When we see here that it's like the more that you share yourself with this person or these people, the easier it is for you to overcome the negativity that has been put in your life because of people who have only wanted you for their own reasons, that haven't seen the truth of who you were, that haven't seen what it is that you have to offer. And to overcome the negative thoughts that are tied with those red flags. Like you're recognizing that, oh, this person doesn't really have red flags, but maybe they don't reach out to you every day. But they don't really have a lot of red flags, right? Like there's not anything that's standing out. But it's almost like your mind, especially with all this swords energy here, and especially with Aquarius, the air energy all coming out, right? Like it's like your mind is trying to convince you that this person has red flags because they don't reach out to you every day, or because, you know, it feels like time. Or maybe they don't have time to answer a question, but they're just checking in with you. And you're like, well, why didn't they answer that question? Like, what would be the point of them not answering that question? Obviously, they're thinking about something, or obviously they're hiding something from me. Like, there's a lot of chatter. Hold on one second. So, my dogs, this took just a minute. Like, the neighbor was coming home. A little backstory here. The neighbor was coming home, and they usually don't bark when the neighbor comes home because they've met the neighbor. And so, you know, it's usually not a big thing. But for whatever reason, while I'm on your reading, they barked. And my older dog, she didn't want to get out of the window. She just wanted to be up there, and she wasn't like being loud about it. It was just these little woofs that she was doing, like this woof, woof, like that. And finally I got her out of the window, but as she's walking down, she's still barking. You might be like, what the heck does this have to do with my reading? What I was saying is these little thoughts that keep coming in, this chatter, right? The chatter, that's what I was saying when I said, hold on. I was talking about the chatter in your mind, and it's stubborn. And that's exactly what Source said when I came back on there. Like, it's like the dogs were right now. They were just being stubborn, and they have their good days and their bad days too. And just like our mind has its good days and its bad days. But sometimes I feel like for you, Pile 2, this powerful guardian is reminding you that you can choose to have better days. Angel, you're not supposed to lay on top of Zoe. Okay. Anyways, you can have these better days, right? You can have these moments where you overcome the negative energy. You can choose not to lean into this, I'm not, like, I can't do this, or I'm not going to have anybody in my life, or, getting stuck in that cycle of there's no one ever that's going to get me. There's no one that's going to understand me, right? Insisting on a wrong direction or losing touch with the ground. These are like misguided views. And sometimes you can look at the Knight of Swords as this very conceited individual. And it's not that you're conceited. I feel like you've dealt with a lot of conceited people. And in turn, that has cemented a belief within you of a misguided view that no one gets you and that no one will ever understand you. And they're saying that that's not true, right? You've lost to stronger opponents in the past. You have been imperfect preparations for these challenges that you've gone through. There's been a lot of red flags, but now it's time for you to lean into this beautiful energy of the star by standing up and saying, like, I can overcome this. I can do this. Right? We can give you the messages, but at the end of the day, it's up to you whether or not you run with that. Show yourself as you are. Luck from heaven. Intuitive feeling of guidance or energy coming from a higher place. This flow from a pure source. If you don't follow this flow, going with the flow, that's your choice. But we're trying to give you that choice. And we see here that it's all this mind game. So regardless if you're trying to build something that's in business, or if you're trying to find someone to love, or if you're trying to get a friendship going or soul tribe, what your powerful guide is trying to remind you of is that your thoughts and what thoughts you follow are incredibly powerful things, and you get to choose which thoughts you're following. Okay? And don't let the past be what guides you now. Be who you are right now, and let your authentic light guide you now. Not the thoughts of the past. Not what happened before. Not what has been. That's all gone. It's all over with now. And you've healed from that. And it's time for you to grow beyond that. And that's exactly what this powerful guide wants you to do. All right, let's get some oracles out here and find out what more would come through here. What else would you like to tell pile number 2? Like, we have house 1 flipping out into your reading. Individuality, self-image, and approach to life. It's how you see yourself. I do feel like this is playing a part here. House 1, it's saying, like, I'm not worthy of having positive connections in my life, or I'm not worthy of letting myself be seen. I'm not worthy of, whatever goes in after that, whatever you feel that is, right? And it's the doubt that comes from there, the negativity, the feelings of hopelessness, or whatever it is that comes in there. It's this idea that you don't have a right to be who you are, which is affecting your relationships right now. But it's been your relationships in the past that has affected your right to feel like you belong. And so it's this cycle that you can get stuck in. Do you see? It's like, oh, all these relationships that have come in have convinced me that I'm not worthy. I'm thinking I'm not worthy. So then I'm connecting with more people who make me feel like I'm not worthy. So then I re-feel like that, and it re-cements that belief, and it becomes more powerful. And I'm connecting with even crazier people this time that make me feel like I'm worthless and I don't belong, and that I, shouldn't believe in myself. And it just turns into this crazy round robin that we can't seem to get off. And that's what the guide is saying. It's time for you to step off the merry-go-round and allow yourself to be innocent and vulnerable with people, especially ones that you're getting a good intuitive feeling about, because they're going to help you grow out of this cycle. But you can't do it by yourself, because in order for you to do it, you actually have to be willing to connect with people in a vulnerable way. Look, North Node, destined to release. Exactly. This is something you're meant to let go of, right? You're meant to let go of this thought process, this belief that's been implemented in your life for a long time. Let's see, what else would you like to tell pile number 2? Thank you. Archangel Michael is with you now. Even though you can't see it, I'm actively working on the situation. I am here and helping you. So you've got Archangel Michael on standby. We'll see what powerful guide is coming through for you as well. And, you've got a whole bunch of help from the spirit realm with this situation. And I feel very tired on your reading. I've been okay all day, and I get to your reading and I'm very tired. And it's okay. Like, I don't want you to feel bad about that. Please don't. What I'm saying is, like, I just feel like you're exhausted, because it's like you're fighting a part of yourself that doesn't want to be eradicated. And that's the emotional ego. It's saying, like, no, we have to hold on to these beliefs because it's what keeps us safe. But it's those actual same beliefs that keep you in this pattern. We have dream and journey, okay? And you could be getting messages from your dream world. And also, if you journey, this could be something that is important to you as well. But this is if you don't know what journeying is, it's a form of meditation that you can try. The shaman use it, and it's where they drum in a beat. It's methodical, and you journey. And so that might help you overcome this, but it's also talking about following the beat of your own drum. All right, it's time for you to listen to your heart and not feel like you have to be small anymore. And this is something that it feels like, pile 2, you've been working on for a long time. Like, it doesn't feel like this is a new message for you. It feels like it's just like, oh, I always get this message. That's what I feel like right now. Someone's saying that, like, I always get this message. And the guardian is it's just a reminder. It's like, because repetition is key. Right? It's almost like if someone calls you beautiful or handsome and you don't believe them, but eventually if enough people call you that, one day you're going to be like, man, I really am beautiful, or man, I really am handsome. That's because repetition is key here. And that's what your guardian, your guide, I keep saying guardian. So this must be a guardian, maybe it's a guardian angel that's coming through, or someone that has assumed a guardian role in your life. We have balance on the bottom. Maintain balance in all areas of your life. So it's like trying to balance out this energy is very important. It's keeping you in this state of high vibrations, allowing you to let go of the past. Let's see if they give us some angel numbers here. Some signs and synchronicities for pile number 2. Powerful guide. What would you like to tell pile number 2? Let's see. I feel like that one and that one want to come out. We have 999 on the bottom with prosperity. Look, hope, optimism, liberation, success, prosperity, excitement, enthusiasm. The problems you have today will eventually disappear. Your guardian angels. Look, and that's why I kept saying guardian. It kept coming out. So this is a guardian angel that's coming in with this message. It says, encourage you to maintain a positive outlook on life since your luck may be about to change. It is time to put to use your captivating energy and inspirational personality. Don't let your ego get the best of you. And that's what I was talking about. The emotional ego saying, no, we can't be seen. No one's loved us in the past. Who's going to love us now? No, everyone said that we're crazy, or whatever the situation is. And they're saying that that's not the case. That is just the illusion that's coming through. So we have calmness that flipped out. It is inevitable that you will encounter urgent and difficult things in life. This is when you must be calm, like a lighthouse in a storm. Calmness allows you to not be swayed by emotions, to think rationally about solutions. And that's what calmness is going to do for you. It's going to help you come into this calm state of mind to overcome whatever it is that's been holding you back, or whatever it is that's been putting you in this panic state. Wow, okay, I guess you're getting... No. Oh my goodness, I cannot make this up, but this card just flew out. We have Guardian Angels that just flew out. You got two cards, Make a Change and Guardian Angels just flew out. It says the problems you have today will eventually disappear. Your Guardian Angels encourage you to maintain a positive outlook on life since your luck may be about to change. It's time to put to use your captivating energy and inspirational personality. Don't let your ego get the best of you. Isn't this the exact same message that we got on the Prosperity card? Like, almost word for word. It's word for word. That's interesting. Two different decks. They might be from the same creators. But that's interesting. The Guardian Angel and the 999 came out together. That's such a trip. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then we have Make a Change. And I don't know if you've seen how big this deck is, but look at how big this deck is. This has 80 cards in it. So that's a huge synchronicity to come through on your reading. We have Make a Change. There's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again. And what was I saying earlier? Repetition is key. That's why it's like you might be saying like, oh, I keep getting this message. I keep getting this message. Like, can't you give me something different? And they're saying repetition is key. One day you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, oh, I get it. Okay. And you're going to make the necessary changes. Until you're tired and restrained beyond depression, it takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. Yeah, so this is like all about you choosing something different for yourself, right? Choosing the way you see yourself, choosing the way you come into this journey. And it's all about just understanding that you are deserving of good things. We have Neptune with Dream and Transcend. Like, and we had the Dream and Journey on the bottom over here. I'm going to put that out over here. So there's something about your dreams that are giving you some very wild messages. It feels like some of your dreams might be really crazy right now. And that's because your guardian angels are really trying to help you heal from the emotional egoic trauma that is coming out, and they're trying to help you understand it on a much deeper level. And this powerful guide, we'll see again with this card who this is, but this powerful guide is working in conjunction with your guardian angels. This is number 4. Be a light to others. You have a powerful message to share. Shine your light on the world so that others can learn from you. Yeah, so you're absolutely here to inspire others, right? And that's what I was saying here. Maybe this is someone who's going to work in tandem with you, but it doesn't have to be. This could be a lover that's coming in. This could be someone who's a soul tribe family member, whatever, you know, but it does feel like someone's coming in, and to stay positive and hopeful, because that's going to help you stand even more in this light that you're meant to share. Look, we have Sage. Be devoted and committed to your journey, to the outcome. Things are working out in your favor. Okay. We have Freedom. Embrace the freedom to be yourself. I can't make these messages up. This is so great. Okay, and we've got Connection. Build meaningful connections with others. So we see this is that confirmation. Be a light to others. Build meaningful connections with others. Like, you're going to be connecting with people in a very profound way soon. As soon as you realize you're deserving of being seen, you're deserving of having these good things in life, right? We have 1616, recovery, mercy, diplomacy, potential, service, recovery, adaptability, and renewal. It is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct, but it's also an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. Be a light to others. Be of service to others. Build meaning connections with others. So we see Source and this guardian and the guardian angel and this guide are coming in, all telling you you're meant to connect with plenty of people. You're meant to help plenty of people. And you deserve that, right? There's a design. There's a universal design, and you were woven into that design for this purpose. Look, and we have the 1001, abundance, manifestation, abundance, money, dreams again, vision and prosperity. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It is time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit. That's exactly, oh, I love this. I love this. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, you're an incredible person and you deserve to be surrounded by people who love you, not people who don't want to see you doing well. Okay, and sometimes it's just you get so stuck in believing that this is all I've ever manifested in my life because of old traumas and wounds. It is hard to believe you deserve good, and that's the message here from both your guardian angels and whoever this guide is. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this and read this from the book. Look, we have Thoth coming in with the divine masculine. So this could absolutely be a twin for you. It doesn't have to be, but this is the divine masculine coming in as well and saying it's time for you to take that action, right? So that you can receive, so that you can stay back in that feminine energy. But Thoth is the guardian that's coming in to help you, or the god, I should say. All right, hold on. Let me grab it. R-S. I can spell, I promise. Be a conduit for the awakened masculine energy and heal the father wound. Your purpose is to activate the divine masculine on earth. The mission will take you to numerous life lessons and personal trials as you heal in your own heart and awaken to your spiritual wisdom. You have the capacity to lead by example and become a noble teacher for others. When Thoth appears, it's a powerful message of healing through personal responsibility and stepping up to sacred duty. You're healing wounded masculine energy, which shows up frequently in men but can be present in women or other gender identities. Example of wounded masculine energies are fear of being vulnerable, living only in your head, inability to be present, numbing yourself with addictions, being ego-driven, controlling or dominating others, and emotional unavailability. A soul teacher is coming into your life embodying the divine masculine. So that's the energy that's coming, is this person who embodies a healthy divine masculine. Clear communication, self-inquiry and understanding, connection to emotions, and reverence for the awakened feminine, responsible for actions and connection to spirit. Oh my goodness, this is the message. This was absolutely amazing for you. Like, I'm so excited for you, Pile 2. I know it's been a rough journey. I know it's been hard, but there's some really beautiful things that are coming. And this Thoth not only coming through, but your guardian angels making a clear appearance, right? 2 cards from 2 different decks to say the exact same thing, okay? So amazing. So this is what I see for you here. If you felt like this was your reading, leave the little chain link emoji down below and say, it is within my right to build desirable connections in my life with love, respect, and light. And this is what's coming into my life now as I heal the divine masculine within me. And if you felt like it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you're to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links below in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. And I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides, and a special shout out to Thoth and your guardian angels for coming through. With that being said, until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful red jasper, or if you were drawn to this card during this shuffle, then this is going to be your message. You are seen by a powerful guide with messages for you. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this tribe, this ever-growing channel. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And for anyone that is new here, welcome. This is that reminder we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and hop to it. I did have a channeled message before I started, and that was that eyes wide open. So that's what I'm hearing. It's like something to do with healing, but I kept hearing like eyes wide open. Like you're very aware of things right now, or you're very aware of the energy of things or what's happening around you. And so there's no more like sleeping on the journey for you, right? And that could have to do with awakening, but I also feel like it's just very acute discernment that's coming into play right now. Okay, so let's see what comes through. Powerful guide that sees pile number 3. What message do you have for them? Powerful guide that sees pile number 3. What message do you have for them? Powerful guide that sees pile number 3. What message do you have for them? Okay, so we've got the 3rd house, we've got Saturn energy, and we've got Libra. Okay, so I do just want to point this out. This could be in regards to a twin flame. Okay, we all know I'm not a huge fan of twin flame journey readings and stuff, but I will mention it when it comes up. And this, with the 3rd house, this could be regarding a twin. Okay, it does not have to be, but that is something that I feel like I should mention. For everyone else, it's like, no, I'm not worried about my twin right now. I just want to know what's going on. This is talking about early childhood learning and something that you had to sacrifice in order to be seen by those around you. It feels like, this is interesting because it's like, it feels like you had to be put into a box in order for anybody in your family to actually accept you for you being you, right? Like, it's like, you couldn't be harmonious and you couldn't have peace and you couldn't just be you and not be bothered by anybody. It just seems like everybody was bothering you as a child, okay? And I'm not sure what this has to do with the message now, but that's really what this feels like here. It's like this could be parents, siblings, school friends, right? It's just this energy of disrespecting your space and your time. And it really played havoc on the way that you think and rationalize things, like how you hang out with people. You might not want to hang out with people. You might have developed some sort of agoraphobia in later life because of this energy. It's like, I just don't like hanging out with people, so I'm not going to leave the house. I'm just going to get everything delivered to me so that way I don't have to deal with anybody, and it's just easier that way, right? Maybe you work from home. Like, I feel like you're very isolated. It's not even solitude. Like, this is like straight up isolation. It's just easier for me to isolate because then I just don't have to worry about people stepping on my toes. I don't have to worry about people invading my space. I don't have to worry about people like just not being real, right? I feel like there's been a lot of people who've been passive aggressive in your life. A lot of people who have debated with you. You've had open enemies. You've had to be superficial because no one actually wanted to get to know you on a deeper level. So you learn how to talk about these topics. You learn how to talk about these, like, I'm just going to say like the weather, politics, religion, and all these things that they say not to talk about, but you have this very base answer that you give to everyone. It's like, oh yeah, the sky is blue. And no one ever actually recognizes these very canned responses. Like, even if you've known someone for a very long time, you could say the same thing over and over to them, but they just don't recognize it because they've never cared to go out of their way to actually know you. And it's infuriating is what it feels like. Honestly, it just feels so infuriating. And this is what the guide is bringing up. It's like, this is what we're going to be talking about today. Wow, that dice just shifted. I don't know if the camera caught it or not, but this dice literally just went like that. And I just saw it. So it could have been in my mind's eye, but I really just saw it on the table. Like, it just went like, it literally went like that. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it's just like shifting in this tough love. And it's like, you felt like no one loved you, and you felt like you were hard to love, and you always wondered, why am I so hard to love? Why am I so difficult to love? Like, I feel like I'm super easy. I feel like I am super understanding, and that, you know, it just doesn't make any sense as to why people have such a hard time loving me. And that's because the people that you've connected with in the past, due to traumas and due to location, have all been very superficial, and there is no ability to love from them. So it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with their capacity for love. And there's a lot of reform that's happening here. There's a lot of change, and I feel like there are a lot of people who tried to dominate you with their energy and tried to overthrow you. It just really feels like this tyrant type energy coming in, where it's like people are trying to suppress you, make you feel small, and make you feel like you don't have a right to shine. All the while, well, it's like they only care about themselves. I only talk about myself. So I'm a football fan, and all I want to talk about is football, or I'm a football star, and all I want to talk about is the game, and that's it, and how well my stats are, and how well I'm doing, and how well this, and it's all about this person. And it's like they never ever go out of their way to ask you a question about yourself. And it seems like these are the only types of people that you've ever run into, and it's so sad. It's just like, wow, really, people are so selfish. All they want to talk about is themselves. Like, they don't care about how I'm feeling, and they don't even care about what it is that I'm experiencing. They don't care what it is that I'm going through. And this has all been a part of your Saturn. So it would really, really benefit you to know where Saturn's at in your chart, in your natal chart, where your 10th house, and where Capricorn, if you have Capricorn placements as well, in your chart. Okay, these are all things that would greatly benefit you. You could have had frail structure, like skeletal structure growing up, or like frail bones. You could have to take calcium for frail bones. That's a very specific message. It's not going to resonate with everyone. But you could have also had bone breaks while you were a child a lot. Like, I'm seeing like an arm, a knee, the right knee specifically. Like right now, for some reason, the right knee is very, very prevalent. Or you could have always hurt your right knee and ended up having to have like cartilage surgery later on in your life. Wow, that's a very specific message. There's a huge blockage that's coming out. Also, maybe some problems with your teeth. Okay, that's another thing. It's not as prominent as the right knee, or like having to have that cartilage replacement, but that is something that's coming through as well. And I don't want this to seem like, oh my gosh, here we go, a negative message. No, it's not. I really feel like, actually, for you, Pile 3, like, this is the first message that's been really descriptive of like you as a person and what you've experienced, and not just like one situation. The other two piles are more geared towards one situation, although we got information from what had happened. But for you, just really seems like they're trying to make very clear connections so that you know this is specific to you. And if you have watched all three piles, leave a purple heart down below. It's the Purple Heart Club. That's what I call the Purple Heart Club. And just say I made it. And I really do appreciate those of you that do. So let's get some further messages out here. Okay, so powerful guide that has seen pile number 3. What is the message that you have for pile number 3? What would you like them to know? What is the message you have for pile number 3? I feel like there's definitely, like, it was designed for you to go through such a rough time in your childhood, your young adult, your teens, your adolescence, like all that. It was like really designed for you to experience a tough time. Like, this is something you chose because you're one of the ones that's meant to grow spiritually, like in a profound way. You're meant to impact a lot of people because of your spiritual growth and because of what you've learned from all those hardships and from the people who just never cared about you. Like, you're helping other people who have experienced the same thing heal from that as well, because that's not just a childhood trauma. Like, that's actually a societal trauma that's happened and is running rampant right now. And so I feel like you're absolutely helping the collective heal from that as you've healed from it. So what else? Yeah. Being seen and leading a revolution. This is what that felt like. It's just so specific for you. And it's not even Aquarius energy, because Aquarius energy is usually that rebellious energy, right? Like, I'm going to lead this revolution. But as the Queen of Wands flipped over, that's exactly what it felt like. Like, I'm leading this revolution. I'm going to teach people how to set these boundaries. I'm going to teach people to pay attention to those circumstances where people only want superficial connections. And if your peace and your harmony is far more important to you, then I'm coming in and I'm teaching them that you choose that. Don't choose a person just for the sake of having a person in your life. Even if it is a twin flame, even if it is a soulmate, even if it is family, even if it is siblings, even if it is best friends from childhood. If these individuals are not seeing you as the whole complete being that you are, and that you are deserving of being understood, heard, seen, that you have a right to discuss yourself with others, and if they're not going to rise up to meet you, then you're teaching others based on your own experiences and leading by example that I get to choose myself. And this is like a ripple. It feels like this is a ripple across the community, but also across the collective. Like, and it's a ripple that's very profound, because it's like you're telling people something that they've craved to hear for a long time. Like, this is something people have been craving for. Just tell me I get to choose myself. And everyone's else like, you need to heal and you need to let go. And you're like, these are all amazing things. But for you, Pile 3, I feel like you're teaching people how to choose themselves. You're teaching people why to choose themselves instead of love, instead of, and what I mean, like romantic love, instead of friendship love, instead of these connections. Like, it's like you have experienced so much trauma when it comes to connections, not just friendships, but from family, from teachers, from mentors, from guides, from not your spirit guides, but guides in life, like physical people. You have experienced so much trauma when it comes to relationships and people who were supposed to be there for you. And it's like you have recognized the power in being with yourself and the power of learning to love yourself so deeply. And this is what got this guide's attention, this powerful guide. And we'll find out who that is here. But this is what got this powerful guide's attention, was because it's like you chose self-love over soulmate love, right? You chose self-love over twin flame love. Like, you chose self-love over soul tribe love. And it's not that none of these things haven't come to you, and maybe they have or they haven't. It's not even about that. It's just that you're so focused on setting these solid boundaries with people, even the ones that care about you. It's like, my peace and my harmony matters so much to me that I would be happy walking in solitude for my life, because I'm done playing these stupid superficial games with people, thinking that this is what creates a connection. I'm tired of being abused by people. I'm tired of being dismissed and trashed by people. I'm tired of being thrown out to the wolves by people. It's just, I want to believe the good in people, but in order for me to do that, I have to believe the good in myself. And that's the message that this guardian is saying. Like, this is what stood out to them, is this thought, this pattern that you have created within yourself, this overcoming this difficult energy. That tough love has really taught you. I'm not trying to laugh. It's just how it came out. It was that tough love really taught you love. But it taught you the most important love of all. It taught you self-love and the love of the divine. And, you know, it's like nothing else matters except for you and the relationship that you have with Source, with God, with Buddha, with whatever you believe in. It doesn't matter, right? None of that matters. Whatever you call it, it's just between you and the universe, between you and Source, between you and spirit. Okay, it's like, it's this very powerful connection that you have, and that is what's leading you. And this called in this powerful guide. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Like, these are people who are cold and distant and cut off. And look, here's you, the Queen of Wands. Like, go ahead, turn your back on me. I don't care anymore. Keep acting cold and distant. I don't care anymore. If this is your energy, then go for it. You be you, because I can't play your games anymore, right? I can't be in that superficial energy anymore. I can't be in that cold energy anymore. I can't be with people who just don't give a rat's patoot whether I matter or not. If they don't think that I matter, then I don't have any business being around them at all. Right? These are people who are very suspicious. These are people who are fixed in their ideas. They try to block advancement. These are people who, you know, are very defensive and rigid, and they don't have any value. They don't have any value to bring. Yeah. Wow. That's it. I don't even need to go any further than that. The Six of Cups in the reverse, underneath this Queen of Swords, it talks about failed relationships again and again. This is continually over and over again. Like, no matter how many times I try to build a connection, my throat just... Hold on, let me get a drink before I, like, cough my head off. It literally felt like someone put their thumb against my throat and went down just the middle of my throat like that while I was talking. That is so crazy. Are you focused? Okay. This is just failed relationships again and again. But you see here, you've grown from that. And it's not like... Okay, you should be proud that you've grown from it. It's not necessarily celebrating the hardships that you've gone from. This is literally about celebrating how far you have come from those failed relationships. Like, you're beginning to pick out when people are like this. You're like, okay, you don't make a scene anymore. You're not trying to cause drama. You're not trying to create problems. You're just like, okay, go ahead. Be who you are. I'm going to go that way. I'm going to go that way. I'm going to go over there. I'm not going to deal with you because I don't have to. I'm not required to deal with your chaos. Look at this. Wow. Temperance in reverse. Yeah. This is something that was really difficult for you to heal from. Because the belief that you were alone became the ultimate identity for you at some point. And the message that the Guardian has here is that's actually something that you've dealt with. You've dealt with this identity of no one gets me. No one understands me. No one sees me. You see that was a part of your shadow self. And you've integrated that in. And you see that part of your shadow self was also creating a lot of fear and anxiety. And it was closing in on you. And it was creating a box for you. And there was a lot of pushing others away because they were so preoccupied with themselves, right? And this is just that confirmation where it's like this energy where it's like someone's a football star and that's all they want to talk about are their stats, their football, like how they throw the football, what they did in the game, like, and it gets boring and old. You know, people who you've ever dated and you've met somebody who all they talk about is themselves and they don't leave room. They don't even care to question. You go 3 hours in and you've learned nothing about them except for whatever it is that they're obsessed about, and they've never asked one question of you. That's that type of energy here, right? And that's what's created a lot of tribulations in your life. Because somehow, some way, shape, or form, these are the types of people that continually showed up in your life. And we see that that's because of a childhood trauma, right? That could have been your parents. That could have been your siblings. Maybe you're a baby sibling and this was your older siblings. That's all they cared about was themselves. Or you are really far apart. Like, say that you're a younger sibling, but you're really far apart. Like 10 plus years apart from your other sibling, right? Could even be like 15, 20 years apart from your other sibling. And so it was like, when you came around, it felt like you were an afterthought, and everybody treated you like an afterthought, and everybody didn't even think that you had emotions or feelings because you were just, you might have been playing the easy person, right? The easygoing person. It was just easier to detach, or well, I should say disassociate from the situation and just be at peace in a place that was in chaos. And I say peace loosely here, right? It's like pretending to be at peace when you recognize that no one's coming to help you. And you recognize that no one cares about how you feel. Wow, this is a very, very deep message. Oof. But I feel like that's ending now because you're teaching others That's what this Queen of Wands is like you're becoming a leader to teach others how to do the same thing. Like, oh, you're surrounded by people who don't love you? Man, let me tell you a story. Like, that's how it feels. And it's not even to talk about yourself. It's just like, let me tell you a story about a girl, or let me tell you a story about a boy. What is that song that's coming? Well, she looks so good in photographs. I absolutely love her when she smiles. This is the story of a girl. Cried a river and drowned the whole world. Yep. That's what it's coming through. It's like, that's exactly, you're like, let me tell you the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. And let me tell you how she got out of it. Let me tell you. And it's like, and people are just enthralled by the way that you're saying. You're just like, oh my gosh, like, how did you do that, pile 3? And you're just like, I learned to love myself. And they're like, love yourself? And it's not that people haven't heard it before, but it's like, you're like, no, I'm in this place of radical self-love, where it's like, nothing else matters. I don't want a twin flame. I don't want a soulmate love. I don't even want soul family. Sure, I've asked for those things, but I'm not focused on them anymore because I'm focused on my connection with me and the divine. Radically change. Radically change. You've radically changed the outcome of your story. This was all a part of the plan, though, isn't? And it's hard to accept that sometimes, because it's like, you're saying, as a soul, I said, I want to put up with all this BS. But yeah, like, that's just kind of the design, because that's how powerful you are as a person, as a soul. Like, we have 44, you will manifest what you need. Express gratitude as if your plans have already come to pass. Trust that your angels are bringing you the assistance you need. And this is what this powerful guide is saying. It's like, you're manifesting everything that you need because you've asked for it, but you're not like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. I have to have it. If I don't have it, oh my gosh, like, I'm going to be a terrible person. I'm going to die. I'm like, like all this stuff. And you're not like that. You're just like, yeah, I asked for it. And everyone else is like, and you're like, and what? I asked for it. That's it. Christmas hasn't come. My birthday hasn't come. Hanukkah hasn't come. Whatever hasn't come, right? Whatever you celebrate. You're just like, I asked for it, and now I'm going to focus on me. And everyone's like, how do you do that? We have get your power back. You've forgotten who you are. You are a child of the divine, so take back your power. And this is exactly what you've done. You've taken back your power. Look, and number 13, which is 4 again, so we have 444 coming out in your reading. Wow. Wow, pile 3. All right, what else would you like to say? Druid, hold the space. This is what you do. You're just so wise, too. Like, you've got this wise energy about you. This very ancient energy about you, too. It's just, you recognize there's no need to rush anything. There's no need to go through this crazy energy of trying to gather, you know, these things, or trying to seek these things. You realize that if I just work on me, they're going to show up. And so you hold the space for them to come true. You hold the space for them to come to you. And that's something that a lot of people actually struggle with. There's not a whole lot of people that sit in this energy. It's surprising, right? Like, we have Stargazer, set your sights higher. And that's the thing. I feel like you've looked beyond all those things that once mattered so much to you. And now you're like, how can I become even bigger for myself? Like, how can I manifest even bigger things? Like, how can I move even further beyond what I knew? Because those things that you've asked for, it's like set it and forget it. You let it go. And it's done, and now you're moving on to even better things for you. Things that matter more. It's like helping communities and helping the world and doing things that give back to the earth and making sure that Mother Nature is taken care of. Like, it just feels like you really help everyone. If there are people struggling around the world, you go out of your way to help those people. If there are people who are having a hard time, like, you do your best to help out when you can. You know, it's like this energy. We have maintained discipline. The day you're waiting for will come. Maintain discipline. You're getting closer to your end goal. There's no need to overextend yourself. Guard your energy to remain focused. It will pay off. It's a climb, not an elevator ride. And that's the energy that you're in. Like, and you teach people that. And you teach people we're not just going in and hitting a button and it magically comes to us. Like, you're helping people understand that it's a process. We've spread, get some fresh air, and call some of your pals over. Take a look around you. There's so much natural beauty waiting to be discovered. Either you will soon become involved in an exciting new project, or you will go out on a date. And I feel like if, regardless of what it is that rings true for you, you're just unattached to it. You're just like, that's awesome. Thanks. And then you're just back to doing you. Being in this present moment. Oh, that's nice. There's a project coming. Oh, that's great. Oh, there's a love interest coming. That's great. Thanks. Okay, so I'm back to doing me. And that's what this guide is talking about. And if you're like, I'm not there yet, well, it might not be your reading, but I feel like this is what the guide is saying. Like, if this really has resonated with you, this is where you're going. Like, this is the process through which you're going through transformation through fire. We have 2002, unconditional love, patience, flow, clarity, joy, movement, taking action, unconditional love. It's time to put those long cherished ideas into action. You will soon come into contact with the appropriate individuals, circumstances, and resources. Eventually, you will experience joy as well as brand new opportunities. Trust in the process. And that's exactly what you're doing, is trusting in this process. You're not trying to control it anymore. You won't be trying to control it anymore. And that's what the message is that this guide has. This is what's coming to you, is you're no longer trying to control it. Okay, one more card here. Or 3, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever you say, I guess. Creativity. Tap into your creative potential. Yeah, so you're building something, right? You're going up the path to get to where you're going. I'm not racing, I'm just meandering along and seeing what comes. Cancer, nurture, comfort, and protection. This is how you treat yourself. You have a very protective shell around you. And it's not that you're not open to love. I feel like you're very open to love. And I feel like you're actually very vulnerable as well. Like, when people come in and they're like, oh, I want to show you love. Like, you're willing to be vulnerable. But you're just not attached to them being in your life either. It's just like, you either going to show up or you're not. And I'm not going to be attached to whether or not you do or don't. Like, I'm going to be me. Look, house 11. We've got friends, like-minded groups, humanitarian beliefs. Yeah, so definitely taking care of the world is something that might really matter to you. But also we see that there is soul tribe and like-minded friends that are coming in soon. And, again, I feel like this is just that confirmation. It's something that you already know. It's something that you're very aware of. But it's not something that you're holding on to either. New experiences. Boldly try new experiences to energize your life. New things will bring new feelings and inspiration, allow you to grow and enrich your life experiences. So you could be trying something new or wanting to try something new. This is that green light to do so. We have 666, creativity, growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, and talent. Seeing the angel number 666 is a sign that it's time to focus inward, work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of confidence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. I love that message. And 1111, high vibes, change, optimism, joy, communication, messages, good news, expression, high vibes. Work with what you have and it will get you places. Count your blessings and acknowledge your dear ones. You will find inspiration and figure out a way forward. You might also be getting some good news soon. So I do feel like you're in a very high vibrational place right now. You're moving up always, right? We're always changing. We're always evolving. And I feel like that's partially because you're opening up to your creativity, especially with creativity coming out twice here. We have gratitude. Practice gratitude daily to attract more blessings. So I do feel like you're in a state of gratitude. Again, that state of presence. Success. Believe that success is within your reach. And you do. You can get whatever you want in life if you just try. And you're climbing up the mountain. You're not in a rush to get there. You're allowing yourself to go with the flow. We have intentions. Set clear and focused intentions. That's why I was saying, you teach people it's okay to ask for what you want, but the more you hold on to it, the more you chase it away. You've asked for what you want and you're no longer in this place of grasping onto it so tightly. You're just I'm just going to let it come as it comes. Look, and we have Kuan Yin with kindness and nurturing. This is a very healing energy. Nurturing coming out twice. Let's see what Kuan Yin has to tell you. Okay. Should be right here. She says, fill your inner cup. Have compassion for yourself and others. How do you hear the true needs of your soul? Do they whisper or do they have to scream to be heard? Do you ever stop to listen to the messages from your body, or are you caught in a trap of self-criticism and harsh judgment, pushing yourself to be perfect? You've been prioritizing your masculine energy, which governs decision-making, planning, goal-setting, and problem-solving. The feminine voice of your heart, body, and spirit has been drowned out, but now she needs to be heard. See yourself sitting with Kuan Yin, bathed in her peach-colored radiance. Allow any guilt about being cared for to melt away. Imagine a cup inside you being abundantly filled by this gentle light. What is this feminine energy asking for? It's time to prioritize receiving love and friendship, self-care, rituals, nurturing, food, gifts, compliments, relaxation, fun, and healthy pleasures. What you're seeking will only come from loving yourself just as you are. So I feel like the other message here from this guide from Kuan Yin is saying to open up to love as well. Like, sometimes you get into this habit when you become so focused on self-love, you forget that it's important to receive love from others because you're so used to giving it to yourself. And so there's a very important message here that when love comes, especially if someone's about to come in to meet you, whether on a soul tribe level, a love level, or whatever the case may be, it's important to open up to the love that they bring. And I feel like you are ready for that, but it is just a reminder for you, okay? I love this message for you, pile number 3. You've been through so much, and I'm just so honored to be able to connect with you in this way. But if you feel like this is your message, then leave a star emoji down below and say, it's through nurturing and comforting of my own soul that I let go of the traumas and the pain and the hardships of the past, and I step into being a leader for others to be in self-love as well. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you're to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. Follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on membership. So if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here, but I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides, as well as Kuan Yin for making an appearance in this reading for us today. I'm sending you out a huge energetic hug because you're such an amazing, incredible soul. Thank you for being you, pile number 3. And until next time, stay human. Bye.